what'd you say, 56 runs?
In the last 6 games, the Cubs have given up 54 runs,
54.
which is an average of 9 runs per game. They've given up 20 dongs over that stretch as well.
Wow. And Taillon got hit pretty bad yesterday. There were also some issues with not thinking out there in PCA in the field and then taking it upon himself to bunt, which I don't like. I don't want the bat out of his hands. I do think he'll bounce back and will actually cite this as something good going forward in his career. But obviously in the moment, it wasn't. Should he have been pulled? It's something Cubs fans have asked. We could get into that. And then there's the Bulls draft.
His mistakes, you could count on one hand through however many 80 games or however many it is.
I got that tweet, Waddle, where he should have been pulled there. Like, you can't forget the outs. With a guy like that, I am saying he's played hard all year. He saved you so many runs. He completely had a brain fart, which is, that type of brain fart is unacceptable, even at 9U, like 9U baseball with my kids. But
in the 9th inning, he still gave you a chance.
Gave you a hit, and I think that bothered him more than any other fan.
Yeah.
Or more than his manager. I know he was mad at himself.
I'm not saying it's acceptable. It's not. But you can, as I said, you can count the mistakes he's made, like brutal, not paying attention, on maybe not even on one hand, maybe on, just one thumb. Just one.
Yeah.
One night, one day where you look and say his head wasn't in the game.
I told you just a week before that he won the game in the field and with his home run in that game against the Brewers. So just a difference of a week. All right, a couple of things. I wanted to know this. I've never seen a Cubs-Cardinals crowd at Busch Stadium look the way it's looked the last 2 games.
Yeah, I told you the first game, it wasn't as bad, and it still looked like there was some people there. But when they panned to the outfield and the side of down the right and left field line, I was shocked.
I know it's hot there, and I know, but it's always hot in St. Louis in the summer, and they always have 40,000 people for Cubs-Cardinals. So I texted a couple of my Cardinal fan friends, and also some people tweeted me about it. And this is where you can wrap the Bulls into this, too. And I'm wearing my Bullcott shirt today. I still love the Bulls. I've gone to Bulls games since the mid-'70s. I love them. But I feel like, as far as what I can do, they don't deserve my money or my attendance. I'll still watch them now that I can. I'll be interested in what they do in the draft. But I am Bullcotting. And from what I understand, like you as a Reds fan, these Cardinal fans are upset that they haven't spent and that they have said that they've been going for it when they, in fact, haven't been going for it, and they're going halfway. And like Bulls fans for years, they've always shown up, and they finally have stood up and said, no more. So I'd love to rip Cardinal fans, but they're doing exactly what I'm doing with the Bulls, and they've had way more success in the long term than the Bulls. I know the Bulls had the 6 titles with Jordan, but before Jordan and after Jordan, it doesn't matter who the manager has been. It hasn't mattered who the superstar has been. The Cardinals always win. Mm-hmm. And so
this is how they've responded.
And this
to
is
what's
how
happened.
they've responded, and I got to give them credit.
Makes sense. Ed, I mean, I was looking for an explanation as to why, but they have spoken with their pocketbooks.
Yeah, my buddy Randy, who lives just outside of St. Louis, texted me that. I go, what's the deal here? I'm not and then there are some people saying, why are Cubs fans always tweeting about other people's attendance? I just thought it's weird. Like, I'm observant, and I don't remember, even Boog said something for a Cubs-Cardinals series in June, and the Cardinals are good. The Cardinals have surprised. The Cardinals have been really hot lately. Yeah. So here's the poll question. Cubs fans, are you worried? I gave 3 answers. It's brought to you by your local Chicagoland Toyota dealers. I always like to throw a curveball in there. It's yes or no, or I'm always worried. So, like my mom yesterday, she's always worried. She turns the game off when things go bad because she can't take it. She sometimes turns the game on when they're doing well because she doesn't want to see them blow it. She's weird that way. And if people wonder why I got the way I got, blame her. So she's always worried. I'm still not worried.
What did she say?
She said, so she texted me and she said, right after the loss, right as soon as the final out happened from Dansby, they will not win another game in June.
Well, listen, you've got 2 more with the Cardinals at their place and then 3 at Houston to round out the month of June. So she may be right.
No way. There's no chance.
Barb may be right.
There is zero. Mark this down and you can make fun of me. How many losses in a row would that be?
That would be 5 and 3, 8.
Because they lost to Seattle, right, in the last game, and then they lost the first 2, and then they got 5 more.
Yes, so it'd be 8.
They're not losing 8 in a row,
and would be 10 out of 11 if that happened.
No way.
We may definitely We may have to call Matt, who called us yesterday.
Matt Nelgen, you called yesterday. If you're still out there, he says he's thinking about canceling Marquee, but I'm not. I'm not worried.
Potsy said the same thing. What did you say, you freak?
I just said it's a must-win game. Or these next 2, they're must-win games. That's where I'm at.
And then what'd you say if they lose?
Then I'm full panic mode.
Oh, so for you, it's a must-win. It's not a must-win game for them. It's a must-win for you.
It's a must-win for both. I think the Cubs, they can't lose this series. They definitely cannot get swept, man. If they get swept...
Then what? They're not done if they get swept.
I'm not saying they're done, but
I said to Potsy,
moves need to be made the next day.
What if they lose the next 2? And then they go to Houston and win the next 2, and they're pretty much, right where they were. Then what? Then is the next game against Houston a must-win?
Moves have to be made immediately. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's like...
Got to have 2 to tango, Potsy.
Yeah.
This is wild. The second half for this team is so easy. Like, you should not be panicking.
Panic's
Honestly.
a strong word.
That's Jake. Jake's one of our new producers. And very in on baseball, right?
Yeah, you don't have to play anybody in the NOS except for the Rockies and the Giants once. No Padres, no Dodgers, no Arizona. You come back in the second half and you're playing Boston. They're giving up. Kansas City, the White
is
Sox.
Boston giving up?
I mean,
they still have Crochet.
You're going to have 6 with Atlanta.
Duran's, their outfielders already on the trade block.
You're going to have 3 with the Mets.
When's the Sox series?
Sox is right after the All-Star break, right, Jake?
Correct. The 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Yeah. So, listen, it is a much easier schedule. There are no guarantees in baseball. I get that. But Potsy, listen, if they lose the next 2,
I don't know. I'd lose my mind, man.
If they lose tonight, now I'm not panicking, but I may get to the swing.
Yeah.
The swing may make his first... The swing may make the first summer appearance.
Well, if you lose tonight, your team loses tonight, that means the Brewers will only be a game and a half back.
If they win, did they win?
Yeah.
Oh, they've already.
They beat the
won.
Pirates.
Mizorowski, yeah. Duh. You already said that.
They took Skeens to the woodshed early in that game.
And if they lose 5 games in the standings in a matter of 8 days, that is a pretty major June swoon. 5 games in 8 days. They got to win tonight. It's not a must-win.
Whoa, we got another guy.
It's a gotta. The gotta's not the same as a must.
The end of the first half actually does look a little tough.
How about this for a night for the 2 of these guys, Jake? The Bulls trade back, not up, and the Cubs lose. What kind of night would that be for the 2 of you?
A very, very sad one.
Bulls move back.
A very sad one.
Cubs lose.
Well, what are the Bulls getting to
they'll
move back?
screw it up. Nothing.
Their own pick from a...
Yes.
They're going to make a trade with Portland to get that pick, aren't they?
Sure.
Just to get that pick finally.
How would how would you feel at the end of that night, Potsy?
Depression.
My bar is so low right now for the Bulls that anything they do won't make me lower than I'm at.
Okay.
I'm at the ground floor of how I have ever felt about the Bulls, even in the Tim Floyd years, because that was fresh off the dynasty, them trying to actually pick a lane and rebuild. This is...
What if they trade out of the first round, don't even have a first-round pick tonight?
Get multiple second-round picks.
Yes, and money.
Cash consideration.
Yes.
You got to do that. And then sell one of those
I think there's
picks.
definitely they could do something that would piss you off, even with your fan base or your fandom is wherever it's at.
All right, AK, you're on the clock. What can you do to piss me off? It would take a lot. Can you do it? He's not speaking, though, at tonight. It's Mark Eversley. I still don't know
What
why.
does he have to do? Like, I mean, so you got to get back in the lab and start working on the second round as soon as the first round's over?
Making calls for